Yo, what's going on, everybody? Hey, it's Jason, and we are doing another Panzer live stream, which means there's a new discount code, which you can see right there. Old ones are now expired. New one, how much is it worth? Who knows? Yes, I did disable raids. Sorry. I don't even know what raids are, Sheldon. What is that? Like, a bunch of people join in from your stream? Is that a thing? I don't know. I don't stream. I'm an old guy. I just build some stuff on the desk here. Tell them just come over. Pop it in the chat. Say go check out Jason's stream. Whatever. All right. So what are we doing today? We have a very backwards panel. All right. Today we are going to build an AEGIS setup. Yes, finally I'm building one on stream. We're going to use all the parts and pieces today to keep a very basic build going. We've got our spacer for the aux board breakout here. We've got one of my fancy USB cables. We've got a USB-C connector here. We're going to use a aux board that has green LEDs. And then obviously over here you can see all of the green Sanwa buttons. We got our emerald chassis here, so that's green on top and black on the bottom. And to power the whole thing, we are going to use a PS5 Plus fighting board. That's it. That's what we're going to do. Thank you for the notes, Sheldon. For those of you who follow our Discord, you've seen me placing a lot of things in the shop. I redid a bunch of stuff over the Thanksgiving weekend. I've got studs on the wall. I don't have any drywall up yet. Got to sell some more Panzers before I get that done. Hint, hint, wink, wink. No, I've got my overhead DSLR up. I've got my nice ring light here. And then this desk mat I've had for a long while. I actually made it probably 4 or 5 years ago, specifically for doing streams when I was living in Japan. And it serves as the perfect backdrop, in my opinion. Let's take a look here. All metal. Yes, this chassis is all metal. It's the Panzer Fight Stick 4. Unlike the previous Panzer Fight Stick 1, 2, and 3, it is made out of aluminum. The chassis is aluminum. The panel, though, is steel. So I think all told, when it's assembled, it's just under 4 pounds, plus or minus, depending on how many extra pieces and parts you put on it, like the optional bezels and whatnot. We're going to keep this build today pretty simple. We're going to keep. We're not going to put any. We're not going to put any bezels on the top. No plexi, nothing like that. This is going to be a straight utilitarian build. It's going to be awesome. And we're go ahead and get started. Let's make some room on the desk here. So we're going to slide this off. This mount here, this is just a spacer for the extra buttons, and I'll show you guys that in a few when we get to that point. So let's go ahead and move all this stuff off to the side here. And my fancy little husky guy here. I love this thing. Desnair, he is our latest fighters champion that joined the program. He built his first Panzer, and he lost a screw because he doesn't have one of those little fancy guys. It's all right. It's all right. All right, let's get these buttons off. And if you saw off camera, Sheldon, it's a little messy. All right, so that's the bottom panel. Included with every Panzer Fight Stick chassis. All right, let's see what else is included in here. Some free bubble wrap. I'm going to throw this away, though. All right, let's see. Yep. Aux board. Nope. Yeah, aux board. This is the easy wiring board. Hardware. All the wiring. All of the aux buttons. All that's included. All of this is included with the chassis. You don't need to buy a separate wiring harness. You don't need a bunch of extra 24mm buttons. You don't need a bunch of funny wiring harnesses that you either have to use the screw terminals in or anything like that. It's all included. Super easy. All right, let's go ahead and set off this stuff off to the side here. And I'm going to move the panel off screen too because this is not necessary right now. Let's go ahead and get started. This is the first thing that I do. I always flip the case over. Voila. And I attach the mat. I wish it was that easy. That wasn't even aligned. That's all right. Just go ahead and clean off any loose dust particles and get a permanent Jason fingerprints here for a minute. And then we're just going to peel, I already started it here, the rubber mat backing off. All of the adhesive, this is pressure sensitive adhesive. So it's going to stick real well once you put a lot of pressure on it. We're going to initially get it attached. We're going to disconnect the top half of the case, set it aside, and then we'll put the rest of the pressure from inside pressing down. This is probably the most annoying part of the build here, if I do say so. It's just getting this lined up. As a matter of fact, no matter how many I build of these, I always feel like I'm going to do it wrong. That actually looks pretty good. Let's see. Don't mind my head. Yeah, that might be pretty good. Let's go ahead and actually, there's a little, there we go. Yeah, that looks pretty good. So just like that, we get, yeah. I did say a ring light. I don't actually have any filters on my lens here. Ooh, there you go. I probably should. I don't use this camera for photography. I only use this one for like this kind of stuff. And because this is a 4/3 lens and my Canon's a full frame, all my filters that I do have are for that. So I don't have any lenses on my full frame that are as small as this. All right, so I'm just applying a little bit of pressure here, going around, and now we're gonna flip it over, and I'm gonna use the impact because I have it out. And I'm just gonna remove the screws that hold the top half onto the bottom half here. And you can see I'm going real slow. No need to go crazy with it. And normally I have a much smaller battery operated, well, I guess this is technically battery operated, a much smaller USB chargeable battery operated screwdriver I do this with, but it's out in the garage. And that's up like a flight of stairs, and I don't want to go upstairs. And once this is built, it will be going for sale on the website. So I got to take some pictures of it and all that good stuff. But it will be for sale. This isn't a build for somebody. This is a build to list for sale. So I'm excited about that. All right, we're going to set the top just over here. I was going to set it off screen, but we're going to need it. So now that I've got this all set up, all right. Hey, Sinestro, what's up? All right, so you can see here, I'm just kind of pushing down onto my workbench here. And actually, this was not here last time Sheldon was visiting. This is a new workbench. I've got a bench, I got a table here that kind of folds up and down and is attached to a big toolbox over there, which has really changed the way I work, which has been awesome. All right. Okay, good. So I'm pretty happy with that. We'll just take one more look. Yep, go around the edges. That should be good. And then we can take this, and we're going to set this off to the side because that's all you have to do on the bottom. All right, we'll go ahead and flip the top upside down like so. And what we're going to do next is we're going to install the USB. This is a C to A connector. I did do a lot of changes. Yeah, definitely don't push down from the top because while the aluminum is strong, it's not the strongest metal. Over a span, it will flex, and you definitely don't want to accidentally bend anything. When everything's assembled, it's very strong, but when it's like just kind of bridged over and you're like pushing, whew, you're running a risk there. All right, so the USB-C connector I carry on the website comes with the hardware here, so we're not going to need to use anything out of this kit with the exception of the number 4 lock washers. So we'll go ahead and open this guy up here and pull these out. right, there we go. I'm going to set that off to the side. All right, and next we're going to go ahead and feed this through. I said no special pieces or parts, and, well, I lied. I always have to put one of these surrounds on the USBs. All right. Now, there's with the cables that I sell for the inside, you'll notice that the USB-A is a right angle. I purposely do that to give myself a lot of room in here. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to orient this so that when the cable's installed, it actually comes and goes that way, away from the aux board. It could go the other way, but it's like the real long way around. I wouldn't go that way. One thing is there's like a little hot dog shaped cutout that goes towards their table. That's another good way to know. But I always double check. All right. So if any of y'all are following the Discord, you'll see that I posted up a new custom stick that I designed for one of my customers, Restless. He's actually got a custom ABMX. He's got a Panzer 3. He's got a Panzer 4. He's got a bunch of my stuff. And he was like, hey, man, I'm ready to do something new. What can you do for me? And I was like, well, what do you want? And he's like, I want this, I want this, I want this. And he wanted it to be very simple. He wanted it to be recognizable as a Panzer. And I've kind of become known as the square box case guy. I'm fine with that because they're high quality and they do their job. And that's all that matters. And there's a lot of cool little pieces and parts that you can put on them to really make them your own. But he said, hey, I want to keep that shape. Maybe not quite such a 90-degree angle on the edge. I'm like, okay, cool. And he's like, and I want a flush carbon fiber top panel, and I'm just gonna wire it up myself. No special wiring harnesses or anything like that. I'm like, all right, cool. Yep, I gotcha. And he's like, I really like my Panzer 3 having the 24mm buttons on the front, so I want to do that again. I was like, all right, done. And so today, in a few hours, I got really excited about it. We designed up a unibody case. It's actually 3 pieces. It's going to be a unibody frame, a top panel, and a bottom panel. And in the top, it's got a recess for a carbon fiber insert or printed plexi artwork. And so I'm going to figure out how much it's going to cost to get maybe 10 or 15 of them made. And I'm going to have that one run, and that's probably it. It's going to be pretty slick. If you want to see what that looks like, take a look on my Discord, discord.jasenscustoms.com. It's free to join, no big deal. All right. Okay, good. This is the green aux panel we're going to use here. So the custom unibody is, it's the same size as the Panzer 3. It's 370 by 220. All right, now here's a little trick. Where did I put? Oh, I already broke them out. Okay, so I'm gonna take this box of hardware, and I always prop the case up like this so that way I can drop in the included aux buttons, which are right here. Yeah, the new case is going to be sweet. It's going to look, it's actually the same anodizing and finish as all my custom aluminum parts for the Panzer 4. And it should be real easy to assemble, real flexible. Right now it is an ABC, an all button controller. And the nice thing is it's kind of modular, so if I ever want to make additional tops, it should be pretty straightforward. All right, so we're going to go ahead and get this lined up here. Then we're going to grab our little 6 pan head screws out of the little parts tray. And then, whoops, get the trash out the way. All right. And we'll go ahead and tighten this down. Now, with the ABC, it's going to be, we're going to do one, we're going to do 10, I think, if there's enough interest. and the price isn't super crazy. This would be all machine, CNC top to bottom, not bent sheet metal or anything like that. So we're going to see how much it's going to end up costing. Hopefully not a arm and a leg, but it should be pretty sweet when it's done. And if the reception is super high, then there's actually a lot of cool things I can do with that form factor because of the way it's designed. And I've got some ideas percolating. I'm not going to call it the Panzer 5, but I should, just to kind of screw with people. All right, so we got the aux board in, and I just loosely attached the screws. I'm going to go back through now and just tighten them all the way up. And obviously, if you're building this on your own, it's going to be a lot faster. I'm chatting, doing stuff at the same time. All right, let's flip that over. That black on the green looks tight. All right, let me grab the light pipes here. This is going to be what brings those LEDs to the surface, if you will. Come on. There's 5 of these. Whoops. One for the 4-player indications and one for the turbo, because of course we're going to keep turbo. I'm going to try and break out all of the functions. So hopefully everyone had a good Sunday. I rode my Peloton today. I went to a musical at the JFK Center in DC. We saw Frozen. Frozen Live was actually really good. There was 1 million kids there, which is, I guess, to be expected. But the woman who played Elsa, holy smokes, she was very talented. She was amazing. All right, I'm just using the rear end of the screwdriver here to push these light pipes all the way in, just because I've got sensitive fingers. Okay, so that's good. We'll go ahead and flip this thing back over. You can see here we got the light pipes and the black. That green and black really looks good. Yeah, Panzer 4.5 Ultra Remix Uni 2024 Release 2. We'll call it something stupid like that. All right, now's the fun part. We're gonna grab this board here, and it comes with this little jumper cable, these 3 additional wires, and this circuit board. And what this does is the aux board has a touchpad L3, R3, and ground connection that comes in. It plugs in here, and then this one, you plug in this wire here, like so. Get in there. Maybe. There we go. Like so. And it just jumpers up to the fighting board. And so we're going to go ahead and just like plug that in like that. And so there you go. So now you're getting the aux board. You're going to have R3, L3, and touchpad click broken out here, as well as up here onto the aux board. And that's going to be important for the AEGIS layout. Okay, cool. Then we're going to just toss this all in the garbage. And we're going to take this, which I now realize I did very good for making it work with the integrated Pico fighting board, and not super great with the Brook board because it doesn't sit down super flush, but it's plastic, so it's not a big deal. It's just more annoying. All right, now the fun stack begins, because this has to go here like this, and then we're going to take the easy wiring board, and this has to go on top, like so. And I think I'm about to be really annoyed. I guess not. This I don't know why Brook put the USB all the way on the edge. Why couldn't they keep it in the center? Seems strange, but it is what it is. All right, this is going to gotta go back in there like this. All right, now before we actually connect this all up and screw it in, I want to actually get these 3 wires connected to this board, because it's easier to do it when it's not not in the system. So we're just going to plug all 3 in. Come on. It's a really, really tight fit on these surface mount connectors. Come on. There we go. Yeah. Jeez. Well, you know they're not going to go anywhere. Whew. There we go. Jeez. All right. Got that done. I'll put this back in place like so. And we're going to flip this all over like this. And now we have a nice sandwich of boards. Let's go ahead and line this up. Now we're going to grab these spacers here. These go between the easy wiring board and the brick board. And then we're going to grab some spacer, these plastic washers here, and we're going to put them on top of our screws. Yeah, the part, that spacer is 3D printed. The files are available on my website for download for free. And if you don't have a 3D printer, we just print them for you. A couple bucks when you order the aux wiring hat. Oops. I'm gonna probably have to bother Brooke and ask them to send me the board layout for their stuff so I can kind of overlay everything on top of it and get a common, clean setup going, so everything fits super nice, super cleanly. This all fits. It's just it can be better. Why isn't this going up? There we go. Good Lord. All right. So what you can see here is I'm trying to get everything lined up, and there we go. We finally got it. Yeah, basically. The only thing I'm missing is some frosting in the middle. All right, cool. There's one. There we go. There's two. And you don't have to crank these down, so don't go ham-fisted on any of these as you go through. Absolutely not necessary. Just get it snug and maybe a quarter turn more and you'll be good to go. So there's snug and then quarter turn. Maybe half a turn. All right. This is the first build I've done with the new PS5 Plus board. Done plenty of them with the integrated Pico fighting board. I've done plenty of them with the UFB. I've done a couple with the Fusion board. But this is the first PS5 board. So this is my first real look at the board itself. All right. So there you go. That's in there nice and tight. You can see here we got the nice stack. Make sure nothing's bent. Yep, I'm pretty happy with that. Although, let's go ahead and loosen that a little bit. I'm not liking how much that was flexing, but that's in there nice and good now. All right. Realistically, what I should have done is just included more of these plastic spacers so that way it's just in there. Because as you look, you know, nothing's touching, but it's just not as clean as I like it. So this is really good. This one I have here is really good with the integrated Pico fighting board, and it could be better with the Brook stuff. We'll just say that. All right, there we go. I'm just checking on my work. I'm pretty happy with that. All right, cool. Hey, Toshin, good evening. All right, now the fun part, we're going to make 7, 11, 13 connections all in a matter of seconds. You gotta love that. All right, there's 14 connections there. All right, this is the player LEDs, so this goes here like so. This is the home select and start, so we're going to hold that to the side. This one here, we're actually going to connect up to our aux board. Hopefully I can see it, get it in there okay. Or this is our wiring top hat board. All right, there we go. So now that's broken out. This is connected to both the Brook board and these additional leads. All right, and this is the start, select, and home. So I always take this, I feed it underneath the easy wiring like so. Push, push, push. There we go, until it comes out. And because of the goofy place this USB is, it's going to come out the side like that, but that's all right. That looks good. Hey, my phone's telling me it's time to go to bed. All right, and then last but not least, this is our turbo and our turbo LED, and this gets plugged in on that last connector right there. And just like that, we have all of our aux stuff connected. So I'm pretty happy with that. Let me grab a couple zip ties while we're here at this point. I'm a stickler for clean wiring, for sure. You can ask Sheldon. I yelled at him twice. Made him redo his wiring in the stick that we were building and bringing to Lexington for Double Barreled 7 back in November. All right, cool. Just like that, we got a nice little kit. I'll grab my dikes, my flush cuts. Clip the little tails off here. Voila. All right. Now, the next thing is, let's put the panel in. So let's go ahead and flip this bad boy over, like that. Let's grab our panel. We're just going to set this thing in place like so. It feels weird to build one without the plexi or the bezel because I always put those in there. Just not tonight. We're going to do a simple build. Simple can be beautiful. Yeah, this is the emerald case. I've got one more left on the shelf. Hint, hint, wink, wink. And this one will be for sale too. This whole case will be for sale. All right. All right. Voila. If you guys ever get a chance, or if y'all ever get a chance to buy any Japanese tools, this SK11 company, they're really good. This is, I love this hex set. I've had it for 5 years. It's awesome. They're color coded. The colors are powder coats on top of the actual tool. Super, super happy with them. All right, there we go. And now all I'm doing is just bolting the panel to the chassis here and just using the included hex head screws. They're not hex head, sorry. They are pan head screws with a hex Allen key, which is metric, tooling. So no Phillips head screws on the top. That's amateur hour. Some people prefer flatheads or Phillips. No one likes flatheads. Flatheads are garbage. Don't use flatheads in anything. I don't understand why electricians use it. Drives me nuts. I've never met a flathead screw I liked. None. All right. 2 more screws and we'll be ready to insert some buttons and go ahead and... Oh, ATX Flip, you subscribed. Oh, that was very sweet of you. Thank you. I don't know what subscriptions actually do, so if someone wants to educate me, that'd be awesome. Do I make money from that? Is that a thing? I don't know. I only do Twitch to like show you guys builds and stuff that I'm working on. I don't really care about the money aspect of it. If I did, I'd say this stream is brought to you by insert random garbage company here like Factor or AG1 or I don't know if they're garbage companies, but you know, you just see them all over the place. All right, cool. All right, now the long and tedious viewer gets no ads on my channel plus emotes and I get some money. Well, okay. Well, that's cool, I guess. Thank you. And I should get some point. There you go. All right. Now we're just gonna. Now here's a thing. With these buttons, tabs, I always do north south because I like to have all of my connectors on the inside looking the same. I'm weird OCD like that. So. Oh, so Twitch will send me a paycheck. Oh, well then, in that case, maybe I can quit my day job. Wouldn't it be nice if I could just sit here and like build arcade sticks and make a living out of it? Oh, that'd be awesome. I mean, it's not going to happen, but one can dream, one can hope. I'm really digging the green and black. It kind of reminds me of the Green Goblin from not from Spider-Man, but from the Dreamcast fight stick era. Although I guess if I really wanted to be a Green Goblin, my chassis should have been like gray. But we'll call this a modern take on the Green Goblin. All right, cool. This is how you can tell I'm an old guy. I don't know how Twitch works anymore. I think one year they sent me back when I was in Japan and I would stream a little bit more often. I think I got like $20 in a year from Twitch, and I had to put it on my taxes. And my accountant's like, "Oh, so you're a Twitch streamer now?" I'm like, "No, I think I was just doing some shenanigans." And then I guess there was some ad revenue or something. And he's like, "Oh, can you turn that into a business?" I'm like, "I'm not interesting enough. No one's going to want to watch me and pay me for any long period of time." I just kind of mumble as I build things. Japanese stick builder that builds controllers for a living. I mean, it's possible. It's risky, though. And, you know, I like sending kits. I like to see everyone else build stuff and assemble my stuff. I think it comes out really good. I hope no one has tryptophobia with all these circles. Whew, that's crazy. All right, so there you go. Done, right? No, not quite. All right, let's go ahead and flip this over. Look at that. See, this is why you do north to south. Look how clean this is. All right. Now, on my website, on the blog, I actually share the layout. Let's see. I don't think I'm going to be able to pull it up on screen, but basically, let me flip this back over. All right. Left, down, right as normal, up as normal, 1, 2, and 3 punch, 1, 2, and 3 kick, 4 punch, 4 kick, touchpad click, L3, R3. That's how we're going to wire this up. All right, so let's go ahead and flip those back over, and let's see if I can remember that. All right, and actually, I'm going to cheat because I have to. I couldn't remember. I don't build enough of these to remember where the thing's out. All right, so this wire is touchpad, and this is going to go to the right of up, which is here when you flip it over. So touchpad goes here. Now, Shanked is a Air Force guy. He's over in Korea, I think. And the AEGIS layout was his kind of crazy idea. And I was like, you know what? I like this. I'm going to offer it on the shop. And he said, okay, cool. I like that. And I asked him, hey, what should we name it? And he was like, I don't know. You come up with a name. I was like, all right, I'm going to name it something like AEGIS or something for the Navy. Unless you can come up with something cooler for for the Air Force, and he's like, nah, the Air Force is lame. You can go ahead and just call it AEGIS. Now, he probably didn't say it was lame, but that's what I'm gonna go with. All right, so this one, this will be L3, which is the middle one. I've got a little cheater here, so we're gonna go ahead and plug this in, like so. All right, and you'll notice I'm not actually cranking these down yet. All right, and this one here should be R3, and that's up here. I'm just kind of getting them in place, and then we'll tighten all the wires in a minute. All right, now included with the wiring kit, your Panzer will get both. You'll get one for a lever-based build, which we're not going to use, and this is a all-button-based build, and so that's the one we're going to use. All right, let me see. And so now what we do is we take this harness and we plug it into the easy wiring board like here, or like so. Boom, just like that. We're going to take all this, we're going to sit this off to the side, and we're going to focus on the directionals. Okay, so the first one here, this orange wire is on top. That's up with the ground on the bottom. So we're going to route this over here and just gently get it situated. All right, like that. Cool. And then the next one is red, and this is down. And that's going to go right here in the middle. Oh, wait, no, here in the middle. Ah, that button's going to throw me off. And it doesn't matter which wire goes on which pin. It's all the same, because what's happening is you make the connection, like when you hit the wires, and that's all. So it doesn't matter. All right, next it's going to be left. And that should be this one here. Cool. And then yellow is last. It's this guy here, like so. Uh-oh. Something popped off. No, sorry. Sorry. I got in my head. Left is yellow. Like so, up, down, left, and then green is right. Yikes. Struggle busting all over the place today. Let's go ahead and pull this up out like this over top. And right, for some reason, is a little bit of a tight fit. All right, cool. I think in the future revisions, I'm going to have to make the right cable just a smidge longer. All right, so there you go. Now we've got all of our directionals connected like so. So I'm pretty happy with that. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of just make a nice little bundle here. And I'm doing this a little out of order, but I need to do something with some of this crazy-ass wiring. All right, so that's pretty good. Let's go ahead and grab the dikes and flush cut this off. All right, so there we go. Now we've got all of the directionals done, like so. We'll flip when we tighten everything up, we'll get to bundled up nice. We're going to keep these wires still pretty loose because I'm going to figure out a way to bundle them in with the rest of this stuff. All right, now we work from the side, on this side here. This is kick number 4, kick 4, which should be this button. Yes, just to the left. Hold on, let me flip this up. I'm having... Ah, son of a bitch. Sorry. This... I got this backwards. Spatial awareness is not easy, apparently, at 8:30 at night. All right. Touchpad should go on this button. Cool. Now that we got that done, now our 4 kick button, here we're going to raise this up and we're going to go underneath here. 4 kick will go here. Normally it comes way over here. Okay. And again, I'm not pushing those in, getting real tight yet. Now I grab my 3 kick, and this is in the normal position, right here. Okay. Then the next is 2 kick. Grab this. Still going underneath. This is all just for wire management's sake. 2 kick. All right, and then finally, 1 kick. Wait, that's not right. I grabbed the one wrong. This one. Okay. 1 kick. There we go. Okay. So now we got all of our kicks connected. That looks pretty good. Now what we're going to do is just go down our line here. This is a 4 punch. And that's this big 30mm guy. Okay. Then the next one should be 2 punch, or 3 punch, excuse me. Under the wires. All right. And these 2 here, this should be 2 punch. And apparently I didn't actually connect this wire tight enough, so it stayed put until we finally connect everything nice and tight. All right, and then last but not least, this is 1 punch here. Like so. All right, now with this huge mess of wires, what we're going to do, minimize this. All right, we're going to go ahead and set this on the side. This is how I do it. Your mileage may vary, but I always like to put my left hand on the side here because it's my weak hand, and I'll hold the button in, and then I push the wiring the rest of the way onto the quick disconnects. And I do that for each button. It just holds everything in place, nice and tight. Okay. Let's see, like this one here, I got a little loose, so we'll go ahead and connect it all the way. Cool. Sorry if I'm being greedy with the camera. I'm trying to see what I'm doing, and I'm trying to keep my head out of frame. All right, there we go. This is a lot of buttons. You ABC people, you're crazy. I mean, it's not Sheldon's like, I've got 900 buttons on my damn controller that I had Jason design and build me like 10 years ago, but okay. Oh, we got one more here. Now I'm just kind of going through and double checking to make sure I got them all because there's so many. And it looks like I got them. All right, cool. Let's flip it back over. Don't mind the rat's nest. We're going to solve that right now. Just go off to my little side gig of zip ties here. All right. And what we're going to do is we grab the trunk of wires. Where did this go? All right. There we go. Grab the trunk of wires all the way close to the easy wiring here and hold it down, and then we go ahead and put a zip tie right there. Already, that instantly makes this all look way better. So we're going to clip that. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to continue to work down, and I'm going to do this like I normally do. Just make my trunk come down to right before one punch, one kick, toss a zip tie in, and voila, look at that. This wiring is already looking way better. Now I skip 1 and 2 and I come over here, or I mean kick 1 and kick 2, or punch 1, and then I put another zip tie and I bring it over to punch 2, kick 2, like so. I grab another wire, skip, kick 2, punch 2, put another one, and then I slide it down to like kick 3 and punch 3. And now this is where it's going to get super weird. It's because kick 1, kick 4, kick down here. So now I guess we just have like this extra bit of schmutz there. Whatever. All right, let's go ahead and trim these tails. Like so. All right, let's see. Are we happy with this? Yeah, that's pretty good. Although, I don't like where this one is. I'm going to move these wires. I didn't like how they were over top of those. Don't mind my OCD. Part of me really wanted to just leave it, but nah. That's a quick fix. I know a lot of y'all will be like, yeah, it's fine, it's going to work. Who cares? Well, that's not for me. All right, cool. Now we've got the nice wiring trunk set up here. These are still a little long, and this one's a little wonky because of the way it goes over to the kick button over here. So let's see if I can do anything with that. There we go. Like so. Perfect. And then we're going to just run a zip tie like this. There we go. And we'll go ahead and clip this. You can do a lot of zip ties on this. You can do very few zip ties. I'm a big fan of less is more, especially if you do it well. So I think I've gotten away with like 6, and it's come out really, really nice. There we go. That's pretty good. All right, I need one more. All right, there we go. Voila. That's not so bad. It's still kind of a nest, but it's not a bad nest. It's just a lot of wires you got to deal with. All right, so that looks pretty clean. I would hate to see what Shanks looks like on the middle because he didn't have this breakout board. So I'm hoping it's just as clean. All right, and then last but not least, just go ahead and install our USB cable like so. Move this wire up here like this, plug it in. And that's it. That's all she wrote, folks. That is built. The only thing we have to do now is reconnect the bottom half and toss it into Windows controller test, and we'll be good to go. We'll grab a USB-C cable here. all of my full builds come with cables. Even if you like buy and assemble like all your parts that you want from the shop and have me assemble it, because I do offer that as a service. I always throw in the USB-C cable for the outside. And pretty soon I'm getting some that have my logo on it, and I'm very excited about that. All right. So this is a good spot to stop and test your controller. I always like to do it in joy.cpl, Windows built-in thing. So let me go ahead and do that real quick. Unfortunately, tossing it on stream or on the screen is not going to happen. Sorry, guys. Sorry, y'all. But we're going to just assume that I'm doing this, and You guys are following along. All right. Popped in instantly. Xbox 360 for Windows as expected. We go over to properties and left, down, right, up, 3, 4, 6. That makes sense. So 1, 2, and yeah, that's right. That's 3 punch. That's 4 kick. 4 punch. Right? Yeah. Oof. Touchpad. I think that's R3 if I remember, or L3, R3. We got home. Cool. Start. Select. That's touchpad again. L3, R3. This is turbo. Perfect. And you can see, it's hard to tell, but the lights are lit up here for green, so that's awesome. That's 4 kick. That's 4 punch. Did I get that wrong? Ooh, see, this is why we test things. Because I think I don't have an Xbox controller down here. Those should all be right. All right, I got to double check something because I think. All right, so this big button should be punch 4. All right, I need to get a tool. Let me see. Now that I've gone ahead and cable managed everything, it's hard to tell which wire is which. So we're going to kind of go the old way, the old school way here. We're going to just gently lift that, gently lift that. I'm going to take this and put that in continuity mode here. All right, so that one's ground. That's good. All right, so we connect our little connector here, and then this should be punch 4. So that's 4. Nope. I got them mixed up. I thought so. So that's 4 kick. That should be 4 punch. I knew it. I knew it. All right. So we're going to just swap these real quick. Man. That could have been a tragedy. So fortunately, that was easy. This is why you always test everything before you button everything up, because then you're like, oh no, I made a mistake. I put a wire in the wrong spot. And then you're like, shoot, now I got to open all the case up and do this all over again, and then I got to troubleshoot which wire is which. Oh, this is a nightmare. Well, do it before you close up a build. It doesn't matter which kind of build you're doing. I don't care if it's a Panzer or not. It's a good idea to test everything before you close it up. Because guess what? We all can make mistakes. All right. I'm glad that happened on stream because I've had a good run of not having any issues on stream. All right. So now that should be good. Get back on there. There we go. Now let's try it again. Retry. 1 punch, 2 punch, 3 punch, 4 punch. There we go. 1 kick, 2 kick, 3 kick, 4 kick. Oh my god, now I got 4 kick and 3 kick backwards. See? That's why we test. Just test. Lots of things. Just do it all. The reason I know that 4 kick and 3 kick are backwards is because the Z-axis responds to your 4 kick and your 4 punch, and button 5 is supposed to be your 3 kick, I think. It's like 3, 4, and 5. I forget the numbers, but like you look at it and you've been doing it as long as I have. You're like, that's wrong. I gotta fix that. All right, so let's go ahead and make sure these are tight. I'm glad the AEGIS is working out for you. That's huge. I'm a big fan of things working out. All right. And we'll try this again, because the third time has got to be the charm. All right, one punch, 2 punch, 3 punch. Good. 1 kick, 2 kick, 3 kick. Good. 4 punch, 4 kick. There we go. Up. Left, right, down. R3, L3, touchpad. Good. There we go. Now we're good. Good Lord. That was annoying. Hey, even with all the issues, it only was a 58-minute build. I'll take that. I'll take that, no problems. All right, so let's wrap this thing up. We'll grab the bottom here, put it down, and then we'll look. Yep, we're still happy with it. Take this and you can just push the wires down a little bit, just so that they're down. The case will push them down. I wouldn't worry about it too much. Get the halves of the case lined up. We're just feeling to make sure no wires are crossed or coming out of the case. And just like that, we got everything reconnected. Well, kind of. Now, we're going to go ahead and put the screws back in. And I'll do it by hand because I don't want to accidentally scratch anything. It doesn't actually take a long time to do this, so it's not a huge deal. I just like to use the power tools occasionally. You know, whatever. Now, the cool thing is this is going to be compatible with, PC, obviously. PlayStation 3, 4, 5, and fighting games, because Sony is contributing to e-waste by being buttholes about letting PlayStation 4 stuff work properly on PlayStation 5. Realistically, I'm of the opinion that anything with a USB port or USB type controller, like, we just need to all be on the same page and all just be able to continue to use our equipment, because we are unnecessarily creating so much waste with all these new controllers we have to buy. And and I'll be honest, it's not even a saving the planet thing for me. It's more of a just quit making me spend money on crap that I don't need to spend money on. Like, if my shit works fine, let me continue to use my shit. It's simple, 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 simple. Now, I know they do it because, they got to make their third-party licenses valuable and crap like this. And it's just so annoying, though. And it's so frustrating. Like, nothing makes me happier when someone buys a Panzer and they call me up 10 years later and be like, hey, this thing works and it's been awesome. Thank you so much. I haven't had to buy a new one in 10 years. I'm like, cool, thanks. And then they end up buying another one just because they want another one, but not because they have to. And that's the good thing about being able to swap the boards out. And that's the reason I designed them the way I do, is to make it easy to swap the board out and make it compatible with new tech. Because I'll be damned if I'm going to support this stupid scam we've got going on. It's very frustrating. Like, there's a lot of really smart and talented people out there that can make stuff for real cheap, and it's amazing. Like, you just look at the GP 2040 guys, the CE stuff. That community edition firmware is fantastic. And then there's a bunch of hardware available. I sell some. No big deal. And everyone loves it. It just works real well, and it's not expensive. But here we are, new console. We have to add some stupid feature like the touchpad that no one gives a shit about, and then we got to charge everyone, $300-400 for a new fight stick because, God forbid, Sony doesn't get a cut on all the licensing things. And then the worst part is these controller manufacturers like Hori and Mad Cats and all this stuff is, um, they're not even trying to make competitive fight sticks or arcade stuff. They're just trying to make stuff to get you to give money. And like, it's not like everything open source is faster, it's better. And they know they have a lock on it because they can do it because we keep buying their stuff. It's super annoying. So, I'm really glad that, Brooks out there making boards. I'm glad that the GP2040 folks are out there making stuff, the firmware and all that good stuff, because, I'm hoping it really drives competition and it really drives some improvements in the stuff that these folks are putting out. Like Mad Catz, before it went under and then was reborn as the shitty company it is now. Like the T2 wasn't the greatest of sticks, but it was functional. It was really good. And then, you know, the TE itself, I don't remember all the lag numbers, but it was pretty well built. I mean, there's a reason why I still make panels for it. There's still a reason why I make the easy mods for it, because they're just a good chassis and a good like foundation to build things from. And it was fantastic. And then they got reborn, and the T3 is just such a piece of shit. Sorry, excuse the language, but whatever. It's just like ugh. So the ranting aside, the whole like let's change controllers and let's make all this authentication stuff be a huge thing and whatever. I'm just like, you guys need to get over it, man. And unfortunately we keep giving them money because we have to, until we get like tournaments all on PC where they don't give a shit about licensed controllers and boards and stuff like that. We're gonna find ourselves in the same old same old. And I look at like tournaments like Evo. Sony owns part of that whole thing now, and I think Evo's a great event. I've been, the guys and the women who are part of that, they do a great job putting it together. But now that Sony's got a hand in it, I'm really worried about what the future of it is, because all it's going to take is someone to win on this, and Hori's going to be pissed. Freaking Quamba's going to be pissed because a DIY assembled fight stick from JasensCustoms running, whatever, beat everyone else, and then that'll be the end. We won't be allowed to use this stuff anymore because Evo's got bills to pay, and guess what? Those controller companies, they're huge contributors to the funding that get those tournaments going. So I'm worried about it. I'm very, very worried about it. But I guess we'll see. Anyways, here we go. This is the Panzer IV with the Aegis. These are all Sanwa green buttons. It's got the PS5 Plus in it from Brook. Green aux board. So we got the LEDs in green here. Kind of hard to see in the camera. We got the USB-C on the front. And then we got the nice foam rubber pad on the bottom. So it's not going to go anywhere. Case is the emerald color with the, emerald is what I call it. It's green with the black. I really like the black, green, black look here. I think it came out really, really nice. And then this is, of course, the Aegis layout here. Left, right, down, up. 1, 2, 3 punch. 1, 2, 3 kick. 4 punch, 4 kick. I think this was touchpad L3, R3. So there you go. My understanding is I'm going to be honest, I'm not an ABC guy. This is not my controller. This is not my forte. With all the new bindings in Street Fighter 6, having access to like your 4 kick here, I guess you can make that your drive impact. Maybe, I don't know. Up here you can get to your another function here real quick. Hit that here easily. So a lot of cool stuff and a lot of cool things here with this layout. So huge props to Shanked for coming up with it, sending it to me, and letting me manufacture these for the community. So I'm going to take some photos of this probably tomorrow, get it posted on the website. I think it's going to be like $349.95 maybe. I'm going to waive the build fee that I normally charge with these, and it's going to be part cost only. And so this is going to be available for order and then show up on your doorstep as is. Take a look at this discount code up here, Panzer Stream 4. It's going to be good till the 12th. I don't know that I have a stream between now and the 12th because I don't have any controllers to build. So take advantage of that. I'm not going to tell you how much off it is, but it will work on this when I list it, or any of our pre-built stuff. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 pre-builts available for order right now. I've got one that's Joker. I've got one that's Manon. I've got one that's like a Blue Vuelix all button controller. What's this? Joker. Oh, I got the Shiokan Star layout with the gray artwork that ATX Flip did, and then and then I'll have this one. And then, of course, if you want to build your own, I've got all the buttons here, and I got all these panels and pieces and parts and whatnot. So, pick it out, build it yourself, follow the stream instructions, you'll be good to go. Huge shout out to everyone who joined tonight. This was 15 viewers at the peak. That's huge. I appreciate that. Big shout out to Sheldon for rating the stream. He's one of the Jason's Customs Cross Fighters members. Him and Zaffarino and Neri, who's our newest member. He came out to Lexington double-barreled 7. We were real impressed with his Kimberly, and he won our Winter Stays On thing, and I was like, we need to get him onto the Jason's Customs arcade stick stuff. And he just got his. He built his on stream yesterday, and apparently crashed the stream because I don't know what he did, but it went down. But he's got one now, and he's crushing it, so it was good. Anyways, I will catch y'all later. I appreciate y'all tuning in, and until next time, I'm Jason. Peace out. Oh, hey, by the way, I'm on vacation starting on Friday. Well, technically Saturday. So, if you need anything from the shop, order it between now and Friday, so it'll go out on Saturday. After that, it's going to go in, but it won't ship until I get back from Mexico on the 20th. There you go. Going on vacation, first time in a year and a half. Please get your orders in before I go. I appreciate it. Y'all have a good night. Peace.